ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another day of Collegiate Star Leagues, League of Legends. My name is Rapid, with me is Fekez, and we are about to get into our first game of the night. It's going to be a best of 3 series between two teams with very similar acronyms, but very different stories. Cal State University Los Angeles versus the exact same university located slightly over in Long Beach. How you doing, Fekez?
Doing fantastic, and I'm really excited to see some brother, like, I guess neighborly love. Not really brother. I guess they're kind of brothers, you know, it's the same place.
Why can't they be sisters? What you got about the sisters out there?
They could be sisters if they want. In fact, we have Queen of Clubs. Don't know if that's a girl, but, you know, it is alluding to being a queen. So, you know, there's one thing. So, definitely I'm all right with sisters, whatever kind. You know, either way, it's neighborly love no matter what. Mordekaiser, Tom Kinch, and Lulu banned out by LA. They are on the blue side. That's Los Angeles, by the way, for anyone who doesn't understand the abbreviation. And Long Beach on the red side, banning out Kalista, Karthus, and Darius. Going a little bit interesting with that Karthus ban.
Yeah, Karthus ban, a little bit interesting, like you said, but if you look at the players, of course, involved, you're going to look directly over to the mid lane on CSULA, and I believe that I might be a little bit mistaken. Let me sort out one thing real fast while you walk us through the rest of picks and bans.
Yeah, no problem. So Vayne locked in first for Los Angeles. So that kind of shows that you want to they might be trying to protect their ADC. Vayne, a very late game hyper carry. You want to start protecting them. Now that's interesting because they banned out Lulu. Now Janna is still up. They haven't really shown too much with the Vayne besides that they have, you know, in a traditional sense, somewhat already of a weak bot lane. There is Braum up that pairs very well with a Vayne also to proc the passive up Braun along with the Silver Bolts of Vayne. It's a nice combination, but on the other side, you already have some pretty huge powerhouses coming out from Long Beach. Gragas in the jungle, I would assume that's the jungle, and Ten of Clubs locking in the Vigar, so have a lot of zone control definitely in that, and a lot of CC, a lot of bursty kind of mage power going on over there on the side of Long Beach.
Yeah, and the great thing about Veigar in this matchup is that with the ability to double stack your ability power, even though your ratios aren't as high as before, it's pretty impossible to micro yourself as Vayne against oh man, I forgot the name of Veigar's ult. Against
Primordial Blast.
Primordial Burst, I think it is.
Burst,
is it Blast? Burst?
It might be. It's
Primordial,
regardless.
Yeah, and all of it means it's going to send Vayne back to the Stone Age. Can't tumble away from that, so really like that. Also, every time you throw up that Event Horizon, makes it a lot easier to sort of cage Vayne in and lock her down. So I like to see the Veigar pick super strong right now. Of course, on the other side, Vayne good, but Elise maybe even better. One of the strongest junglers in the meta right now, and definitely one that you can expect to see first picked or banned in a lot of different situations that prioritize jungle pick. And of course, on the other side, we already had that Gragas first pick, so interesting to see CSU. I can't say CSU. Because it's LA and LB.
Right.
But interesting to see CSU LA making that. Interesting to see CSU Long Beach making that choice to prioritize the Gragas.
Yeah, not only prioritizing Gragas, but look at their bot lane. So they have set themselves up to try to fully counter Los Angeles right now. California State University, Los Angeles. I'm just going to say Los Angeles. But they set themselves up to completely counter the Vayne pick from Darian. Caitlyn, a very traditional counter to a Vayne. One of the longest base range ADC champion in the game against, you know, relatively one of the shortest in the game. It's a very standard counter pick, and you have Queen of Clubs to also keep any sort of engagement off of. I don't know if it's being able. You have the Alistar to stop any sort of engagement coming out from the Thresh if he does land a hook. So I really like that pick. Now it's going to have to be up to Long Beach to try to wrap this game up by the mid game. Of course, Vigar, he'll scale and scale and scale, but so far he's the only one that will really dish out a mass amount of damage. Caitlyn, of course, does scale up decently with items, but when you compare it to a Vayne's late game hyper carry, it's not as efficient. Vayne, a lot more mobile, in my opinion, a lot more of a threat. Now, an interesting pick, hand in a box, locking in Galio. And I don't,
okay.
a big Yeah, a counter to Vigar, but still questionable.
Yeah, the reason that it is questionable, and by Galio has actually seen a few buffs recently. Recently added a double tap mechanic that delayed your ability to cancel your ultimate, because that's what happened. What would happen? You'd flash ult, and then you'd accidentally hit the button one more time, and it would instantly cancel your ult.
Yeah.
Now you can't do that. There's a 0.25 second window where, so it makes it easier to land your ult from your own perspective, but it's just so easy to cancel Galio ultimate, any sort of
Yeah.
knockups, stuns,
And
anything.
And I just want to let everyone know that's not why Galio was not played. All right, he is a counter to Vigar, but in that ultimate it does help out the ultimate I guess mechanic fix. But it's not gonna make or break Galio, and I'm still not liking um, the direct counter to Vigar. There are so many other champions besides Galio that you can actually do all right against Vigar. Might not kill him, or get to him, but especially after level 6. But you can stay alive and farm, and you maybe even shove the wave a little bit harder than Vigar and roam a bit more. Galio, he kind of has trouble roaming. He does have a nice wave clear, but it takes a lot of mana. Not really a big fan of the Galio pick, but what it does bring is a little bit of control against the enemy team. Whenever you can flash in, get the idle Duran down, it does create quite a situation. But I mean, you pretty much only have Vayne to rely on to really dish out a mass amount of damage. You have Elise that can burst down a little bit, and actually she might be building a little bit tanky considering you have the Olaf in the top lane. But I don't know, the Vayne is their main damage threat, and there's really not much to protect her if idle Durand is not there. You have Thresh, but it's still questionable considering the massive amount of gauge coming out.
I like to call Galio's ult the idol of Xeris, because our
Yeah,
CSL Lord and Savior. But
big boss.
yeah, do want to keep an eye on the Galio during this fight. A little bit unfortunate that we won't be seeing Panda on his Karthus. I was certainly looking forward to that, but we got the Galio coming out here. Interesting stuff to watch. But this game definitely in the same category of interesting things to watch. So we do hope you guys will stick around for game number 1 between CSULA and CSULB. I'm not sure if one team's the A team or the B team. Maybe they want to work that out tonight in this match. But thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to stick around. And in the meantime, of course, do want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors. You can see them right there on the screen. Brain Gear. If you guys are looking for supplements to help your brain be the best that it can be, you want to boost it up, Brain Gear is where you want to go. Of course, you want to go to Twitch to watch this, of course. So hopefully you are actually watching that here. I'm not sure how you wouldn't be. Maybe there's space age technology to watch it on, a space age streaming platform in the future. But Twitch is where we're at right now. And of course, Alpha Draft. If you're looking to play some fantasy esports, Alpha Draft also the place to be. I literally, dropped the mic. So
you got it, bro.
I gotta finish this up before I actually drop the mic. But let's go ahead and head into a quick commercial break. Stick around, guys, and we'll be right back. And we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Collegiate Star League. My name is Rapid. With me is Fekez, not Phages, like it says on the screen. How do you feel about being Phages, Fekez?
Well, it is a good item. Leads into a better item.
You're gonna build yourself into the Trinity Force of casters. I think we need like a third caster for that. Maybe I can be Sheen because it's the good item, and then somebody else can be Zeal because nobody likes that item anyway. But anyway, welcome back. CSULA versus CSULB, or Long Beach. It's Los Angeles, Long Beach. Both of the CLUs battling it out, battle of the sister or brother colleges. It's all a big family, and I do want to thank our CSL family for tuning in and watching us here tonight.
Yeah, should be a good matchup. We're not having any early invades coming out. Looks like we're going to see some pretty standard lanes as well. There's a ward coming out from the mid lane for who's that? That's LA, Los Angeles. He's going to scout out, see if anyone's over there, and he's not actually going to catch Fox main. But yeah, standard lane, standard pulls, nothing too flashy here. Actually do have Darien on the bot side. He may want to double jungle here with his jungler. Looks like DDM is doing so as well. They both have teleport to take advantage of that, so they're just going to try to rush that level 2 and get up there. Also help their jungler get a little bit faster clear, go gank a little bit faster. Actually, here, it looks like up-tempo and the Vibe's going to take the Krugs.
Alright, so a couple of interesting things there. Liger Zeros actually chose to smite the Gromp and then do the blue buff with the double jungle. You do get the benefit of smiting the Gromp, so you're going to get that, I forget what the name of that is. It's Gift of the Toadstool. Never had a Toadstool give me anything, but then again, I never smote any of them either, so maybe that's my mistake.
I don't know if you really do that in real life, it works, but it does in the Rift, and we talked about it last week, Rift physics, and it's just one of those things that happens, but double jungle. It's it's happening right now. Looks like Darien gonna go back.
Yeah. I'm being told by a couple of my college friends that you don't have to smite mushrooms to get the Gift of the Toadstool. I'm not sure exactly what they're talking about. We'll just leave that there. Back in the mid lane, the counter matchup there is, Veigar versus Galio. So you're thinking, hey, Galio builds a lot of magic resistance, maybe gets those Mercury treads, doesn't get stunned, blah, blah, blah. But the big counter to Veigar is having an 80 carry that doesn't die. And, oh man, speaking of 80 carries not dying, bottom lane 10 of clubs takes that third proc. There's the Ignite going down. Someone to heal. The double flashes. And, Vibes maybe flashing a little bit prematurely there. Whoa, the flash in up tempo, bringing up the beat and dropping it on 10 of clubs, man. First blood for Vayne in the bottom lane.
Yeah, that was up tempo, so he got the win on that. He got the flash and heal out of 10 of clubs, but he decided to flash and get a little bit more. Nice first blood coming out from up tempo. Nice hook by the Vibes that set that entire thing up, running the Ignite instead of the exhaust. Hold on, we have a fight in the top lane now.
Yeah, I'm not sure much of a nice slow there by the Axes, trying to block the body slam, but with a repel into the air, he's not gonna come down, he's gonna go down. There you go, DDM. Picking up another kill up there. Darien wants to fight this, throws the axe up. We got a teleport coming in. There we go. Holy smite, resolute smite. There we go. We're smiting everything. But no, Darien bounce off a little bit more than he could chew. Resolute smite doesn't hit DDM. He's got the move speed. He's walking away. Panda in the box, very low on mana. Does he have another smite up? He's gonna get 2v1 here. Fox main flashing over the wall. Fox main wants it. Gets the stun. And there we go. Fox main taking down Panda in the box. Illegal in real life, but not in League of Legends.
Oh my gosh, that was totally worth for Long Beach. They were able to get everything out of that. They lost. No, they didn't even lose DDM, did they? No, they didn't. No. So that was really well played. Nice teleport from Panda in the box, but I mean, Foxmane. It took so long to kill them. Foxmane just roamed up to the top lane, uses flash to get the kill, but I mean, it's still pretty worth it. Now he's ahead of his lane mate, who did not not lane mate, lane opponent. Pan in the box didn't even get an assist on that, so he pretty much just wasted his entire time up there and his teleport. So very huge gain for Foxmane.
All right, well, Fox main knows the best champions to play regardless of the game. And, of course, in the mid lane, Veigar, extremely strong, but I feel like not necessarily a champion. A lot of people have had the opportunity to get smashed by enough times to really know to ban it out every game. So I do very, very well at Worlds and even draw several picks and bans, so nice to see it out here. And like we said, the big thing about Veigar is not that, he can be countered in lane, whatever. Is that he can click on your AD carry and they disappear, and that's, somewhat unfortunate for the AD carry in question. However, Galio also counters that aspect of it, because Bulwark provides 90 magic resistant armor at max rank, so all of a sudden your AD carry suddenly gets double Negatron cloaks. Sounds pretty good to me.
It does, but I mean, it's to a point where
oh, 10 of clubs needs a higher suit. Another hook coming in. There's the lantern, but with Alistar there to body block, no death sentences being handed out just yet.
Yeah, getting in there just in time, but damage done to 10 of clubs. He still doesn't have any summoners up, so he needs to be very careful. Now, with that being said, wake up Buttercup. He didn't turn into to human form and get the cocoon. I was surprised about that, but yeah, there was going to be a body block, but still could have done a little bit more damage if they wanted to. Kind of playing it light there. But yeah, okay, so the Bulwark. A lot of magic resist to it. With this right here, okay, Event Horizon. We'll talk about it in a second after this gank.
All right, well, I was actually watching the wrong gank. I was watching the wrong jungler, but Panda in the box. One more auto attack going deep. There it is.
Got it.
Veigar, man, those extra AD runes he's running totally. I'm just kidding. He's not running AD. Well, just enough damage on that auto attack. If that's that, what is it? Spell Blade from the Mastery Tree, giving you that little boost to the auto attacks and taking down his supposed counter. Turns out ganks help a lot with that.
I mean, yeah, on paper, Galio's a counter. Now, one thing also is Idol of Durand. You have to sit there and channel it. Now, one thing about that is that if you kind of predict it, or at least know where it's going to happen, you can actually put the Event Horizon outside of the range of the Idol of Durand and just completely stop it, which is one big advantage that Veigar has over Galio. Now, yeah, Galio does have the Bulwark, but essentially that is it. He doesn't really have much to siege with or to stop a siege. He does have Resolute Smite and Howling Gale. Or it's not even Howling Gale, it's like Gust of Wind or something like that, but Righteous Gust. But it's, like I said, it actually takes a lot of mana. He has a Chalice of Harmony, though. That's going to help him out. And that also does give him his AP because of his passive. But, like I said, I think there could be better picks in this, and so far, it's been pretty true. He's died 2 times, not looking too well.
Oh, keep in mind, the first death was somewhat a series of unfortunate events going up down top lane. But yeah, bottom lane, there's the teleport coming in.
Level 6.
He is level 6, but way too far away.
Yeah.
Up tempo, knows when to go back down to his turret. DDM sitting around here. He is not scouted out by a ward or anything like that. There's nothing in that bush, so he could maybe stay a little bit. But you got to get back up to top lane. That's unfortunate about TPing bottom lane for no payoff, because now not only does Darien, I'm pretty sure that means Darien, but we're just gonna go with that.
Darien.
Yeah, gonna get a lot of damage on this turret. A lot of CS missed there by DDM.
And yeah, that was a completely wasted teleport, and he didn't even have the lane push. Olaf can push pretty hard. Panda in the box, I should say.
Wow, takes absolutely no damage. Oh no, the idol! Boy. Nobody's worshiping that Idol of Durand. That is not the right, not quite the right timing on that. So, nice avoidance there. Liger Zero's unfortunately, though, out of mana. Means Wake Up Buttercup probably won't be too scared of this. Vibes coming up. Has the lantern to pull in Vayne. Get the condemn. Get the condemn down. Was dropping a sick beat there for a second, but nice Vayne killed. Second one of the game. 9 minutes in, your Vayne's already the most fed member on your team.
And there's a ward there. Could have used a teleport from DDM 101, but not gonna happen because he used it prematurely before. And yeah, that was the thing. Panda in the box. That was really... He didn't get anything off of that either, by the way. He uses Idol of Durand and then just went back to mid lane. After Liger Zeros completely wasted his explosive cask, Idol of Durand did not need to go off there. There's no kill potential coming out from a Galio. You have 2 offensive abilities if you waste your ults, which isn't even really a big amount of damage in the first place. So, I don't know. He didn't have any kill potential. He had Elise there, but Elise has no items to really follow it up. Wake Up Buttercup has not gotten that point yet. So, I don't know. It was unfortunate Liger Zeros was out of mana. He paid for that, but because he used his ultimate before he should have too. But Panda in the Box still not playing this one very well. Needs to focus. Needs to start pushing these lanes a little bit harder and try to roam with his idol Durand. And he has teleport too. He can take advantage of that too.
All right, let's see. But it comes back to lane with a Negatron cloak on top of Chalice of Harmony. Now, another good reason that Galio is a good pick here is because when you look at the damage coming out of the team, you got Malphite, magic damage, Alistar, magic damage, magic damage. The only physical damage is Caitlyn, and Caitlyn is one of the only 80 steries without a real steroid. Or 80 steries, 80 carries without a steroid. Well, here comes Panda in the Box. Bulwark's down. He's healing himself right back up there. Bulwark unfortunately does run out eventually. And with that red buff dealing true damage, the ult from Veigar is enough to just barely come in and pick up that kill. Darian misses Axe, gonna go ahead and pick it up. Cleanses the slow there with Ragnarok, goes back in on Liger Zeros, and will take him down. So ultimately, not all that bad a trade. Foxbane does unfortunately get out of that. A 1-4-1 in the end.
Yeah, we're seeing the weakness of Idol Durand as
well.
Oh
no, the turnaround! Wake up, Buttercup's gonna go to sleep there, Darian! Trying to run his way back away there. Some body blocks from Malphite. Another teleport in, this time from Galio, who does have Idol Durand back up again. But once again, his teleports aren't really on point to get those big ults off.
No, and you have to rely so much on Flash from on a Galio, too, to set up the Idol Durand. So he doesn't have Flash. He actually just used it trying to get out of that gank before and still ended up dying. And yeah, Idol Durand, it's up, but not going to do much without that Flash. And yeah, the Bulwark, it is a nice ability, but it's on such a long cooldown, and he can only use it on one person, and you have to make a decision on who to use it for, because if you use it on not Ten of Clubs, you use it on up-tempo, then you're just going to be vulnerable, and Veigar is going to melt you. Same to Wake Up Buttercup too. It's a very sticky situation. Dragon started though, and this is a wise move by Long Beach.
I said earlier Caitlyn didn't have a steroid. She has headshot, but
yeah, she does.
This is a little unreliable. Let's put it that way. Cocoon missed on Ten of Clubs. Nice cage to block things out. Panda in the Box gonna get in range for a huge ult. The Idol of Durand. Ten of Clubs down. There's Foxbane gonna go down. One more auto attack's all it's gonna take, and there it is. Panda clicking him down. Liger Zero is very low on the backside. Wake Up Buttercup wants to take him down. It's actually up tempo that picks up the kill. More kills coming the way. Wake Up Buttercup, a double for him, and in the end, CSU Los Angeles crushing the fight.
And Panda in the Box making me eat my words. Just got 2 kills out of that and 2 assists. That was very nicely played by Los Angeles.
Long Beach just let him walk into the middle of the enemy team. He's like,
I don't know.
Like, oh, hey, Galio, what's up? You wanna come hang out? All right, let's just get you in there. Oh, wait, you're ulting all of us. Somewhat unfortunate positioning there for 5 members. A nice cleanse, though, immediately from Foxbane, but even that didn't get him out of the idol in time. So, really great positioning. Panda in the Box. Terrible first ultimate, really a spectacular second one, so maybe we're averaging things out here.
Hey, he's trying. He didn't even use Flash on that one because he didn't have it, so very, like I said, he's making me eat my words, but I mean, I don't know why Long Beach let him do that. He came in through the backside as they were trying to zone off the front side. Oh, darn it. Yeah, he's got to get out. Yeah, Foxbane used Event Horizon on the front lines to zone everyone away from the Dragon, but the Dragon was going down so low, they weren't able to take it fast enough, and then they just got jumped on after Event Horizon was down, because that's their big CC, besides DDM's Unstoppable Force, which I don't even think he was in that team fight. So yeah, it was, I don't know, it was definitely an unfortunate situation for Long Beach. They need to plan that a little bit better, and DDM, they need to start doing that whenever DDM has his teleport up, because he was not down there. It would have made all the difference in the world.
Alright, well, now we're going into the, I guess what I would consider sort of the mid-game phase. A lot of other people are like, hey, 15 or 20, 25 minutes, that's mid-game. But you gotta consider what matters as far as, like, objectives are concerned. So, as soon as your turrets start falling, that's when things start to get a little bit crazy. And we haven't really seen too much pressure in that regard yet. I would say top lane turret looks to be a little bit worrisome there for CSU Long Beach. DDM, he may be able to stack up a lot of armor, but I don't think Olaf really cares about that. you can see as far as his maxing strategy goes. Maxed Undertow first, now he's putting points into Reckless Swings for a ton of true damage. Bottom lane, box down, Queen of Clubs, actually no, Ten of Clubs! He's the one getting grabbed in there, up-tempo gets knocked away, but they're flashing in, Ten of Clubs, a couple more auto attacks, gonna take him down, up-tempo, can he stay alive? He's tumbling away, Liger Zero's almost dead, but in the end, inevitably able to find that kill. DDM 101 gonna ult up the vibes. DDM actually might die here, and it does look like he's gonna go down. Now Liger Zero is actually pretty low. Wake Up Buttercup could clean up this entire fight. He's gonna have Repel up here in just a second. No, the headbutt on the minion! Not where Queen of Clubs wanted it to go, and in the end, Wake Up Buttercup grabs her third kill of the game, turning that bottom fight around. 3 for 2 exchange even still, so making the best out of a bad situation.
Yeah, it was very nice positioning by up-tempo, especially after the explosive cast went down onto him. He was still able to pick up a kill and dish out a little bit of damage before he died. And in the mid lane, while that happened, Foxmane was actually able to pick up another kill onto Panda in the box, even getting caught in the idol of Durand. Even with all that magic resist, Foxmane still got a kill in the mid lane. Just want to point that out because that's telling for whenever this game starts to transition into the 25-minute mark, when Foxmane is blowing anybody up he wants to with just a Q and an R, even with Bulwark on them, and Panda in the box has to use his Idol of Durand defensively to try to get his team out. This is going to be it's going to be kind of hard for LA to really transition this mid game with Panda in the box. But so far, if up-tempo can keep this going, he's the shining light on this one right now. Up-tempo and Wake Up Buttercup both doing phenomenal. Darien not doing too bad himself, but there's really no protection outside of the vibes again for up-tempo. So if we can get a really nice explosive cask from Ligar Zeros or a nice unstoppable force from DDM, Foxmane just needs a flash into the back or even Event Horizon and zone off the team.
Oh no, that minion just got completely destroyed. Grabbed in and then taken down mercilessly by Vayne. But yeah, like you were talking about, I guess ult-centric does describe kind of both situations, both teams. For CSU Long Beach, they really just want to get the big Malphite ult into Veigar stun and ult there himself, but oh, now up-tempo, maybe in a little bit of trouble. Double tanking up those turret shots. Summoner heals out there as well. Exhaust being used. Teleport coming down, though. This is going to be Olaf. He's going to be driving right through the turret. There's true damage on a Queen of Clubs who just explodes. That's one way to pick up a couple of kills. A big turnaround, a turret kill, and even more coming down as they push down the bottom lane. DDM there for moral support, but even he might not be enough. There's a Cocoon. He's taking a lot of damage. Looking stunned up against the turret. More damage than the up-tempo. Narrowly able to find that kill. Needs to micro himself carefully away. Saved by that lantern, just barely alive. And what a turnaround here for CSU Los Angeles. Huge team fights on both turrets.
Los Angeles are doing a great job playing to their comp, picking off members after member, and a nice turret dive in the bot lane. You can turret dive early with Elise, and it works just as well at 17 minutes, no problem, especially when you had an Olaf teleporting in. Elise was able to get in there, turret dive, take up a little bit of the turret shots, and then just repel out. No problem. They ended up getting that turret. Up-tempo got a few kills as well and stayed alive. That is just what Los Angeles needs because they are playing their pick comp very well, and it's working out. And you saw Long Beach, they're kind of having some trouble getting themselves together. Even Foxmane was over there. Couldn't really make much of a difference.
Long Beach having some struggles in a couple of different areas. Number one being top lane, about 40 CS lead for Daria, and that's pretty devastating. Lantern not actually taken, and now Five's actually in a little bit of a rough spot, but he knows he's got some backup coming in. Queen of Clubs looking to get Cocoon, narrowly dodges around the corner. That's scrying orb.
Yeah, you have to land your skill shots to get the pick comp working, but they did zone off the dragon, so they're starting it.
Yeah, at least tanking up the dragon there. Spiderlings don't actually tank it up too well. Now, Caitlyn, whoa, immediate condemn. Beautifully played there by up-tempo. He's kiting right into Caitlyn, though, so needs to tumble back away. Foxmane ult him, but he's got just enough damage. Look at that bulwark. It's so good, but the true damage from that Chilling Smite able to take him down. That means the rest of this damage, not actually a lot left here. CSU LA dropping like flies. Liger Zero, the body slam back in. Trying to stay alive there. The repel that comes down. It's Wake Up Buttercup, turning it back down again with another, well, shut down. A lot of downs here. Oh, did he have flashes right into the Cocoon? What was that flash, man? Able to spend his cooldown, but not able to do a whole lot else there. In the end, a crazy fight. This one, once again, won by CSU Los Angeles.
I'm pretty sure DDM knew he was dead there, so he was like, "Ah, I'm just gonna flash, try to make as much damage as possible." You know, he wasted a flash.
Flash doesn't deal damage
No,
unless
it
you
doesn't.
believe the previous death recap, in which case I've definitely died to 520 true damage from Flash before. But at least nowadays, everything good there as far as that cocoon into Flash. Great cocoon into the Malphite Flash. Even better condemn into Alistar to keep buy up tempo to keep him off himself. Really great peel there. Just, man, this game, all kinds of exciting, incredible. It's 20 minutes in. We already have almost 30 kills.
Yeah, and let's talk about Darien. He was in the backlines destroying Ten of Clubs. Ten of Clubs had no one to protect her, and she was already low life. If she would have stayed alive in that fight, more than likely would have went into the favor of Long Beach, because she was poking away at a very safe range, while Liger Zero and DDM were the ones being focused. Ten of Clubs, the only person on her was Darien, and Darien had Ragnarok and Ghost. Well, I don't think he had Ghost up.
Oh,
Plenty of damage. Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
Malphite.
Right.
Oh no! Up tempo goes into the wall. Vibes going the opposite direction. Kind of taking one for the team there. Foxmane actually pretty low. Got ignited there, but I don't think Up tempo really wants to fight this. Nosy has backup coming in the form of Panda in the box, but Panda climbing out of the box, back in the mid lane.
Yeah, that was a consolation prize. They were going for up tempo, but they'll take the vibes. 1-3-15, 1-2-15 before that. Ten of Clubs, he's going to be walking.
Oh, wake up, Buttercup. Ten of Clubs, actually in a little bit of trouble there. Panda in the box. Oh, my, okay.
Oh,
that's a little bit anticlimactic. No, wake up, Buttercup. Diving a little bit deep there. He can cocoon himself, or repel himself on out of that one.
And
meanwhile,
time, Darien, yeah.
Back up in the top lane. Yeah, up to 50. What's that CS advantage? It's like a 60 CS advantage, but that Olaf's starting to get a little ridiculous. And you actually notice he actually didn't go for the full black cleaver. He spent the rest of it into Dead Man's Plate, which has really been paying off in these team fights.
Yeah, he doesn't need the black cleaver. The one doing the most damage in these fights is up tempo and wake up Buttercup. He just needs to get in their face and zone off Ten of Clubs and keep all the focus on him, while up tempo just dances around, tumbles around. That's exactly what's been happening most of these whenever there's not a pick involved. And of course the vibes. I mean, that's the thing. You don't even. It's at the point where up tempo doesn't even really need that much protection, because they've got such an advantage in this. They're 9K up. And Long Beach, even if they did get a decent team fight in the way they want, they can't really capitalize it on now. I think the only way they can really turn these around is maybe if Foxmane gets a nice Event Horizon onto up tempo and just deletes him. But I mean, I don't even know if he's powerful enough at the moment to really delete anybody, even up tempo.
Yeah, we should do a quick update on this. If you check out the Q bonus, 147 ability power at 22 minutes. It's a little bit behind schedule. I think you want like 160 to 180 by 20 minutes if you're like right on point with like max amount of AP.
And he's fed too. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true. He's 5 and 2. He's been getting a lot of that AP from actually killing champions here too. That number was an estimate, by the way. Don't quote me on that.
Oh, okay.
All I'm trying to say is Veigar, strong, maybe could be a little bit stronger, but I mean 5, 2, and 3 is about all you can ask for your mid laner. The real weakness here for CSU Los Angeles has been anything that gets in front of up tempo. He destroyed the bottom lane. 10 of clubs, more like 10 deaths of clubs, with a combined 9 deaths for the bottom lane as well, if you count both the 10 and Queen. King of clubs apparently not showing up for tonight's match.
You know, who knows what kind of difference it would have made, I suppose.
Oh my gosh, look, okay, yeah. Galio, 2 damage spells, still deals all that damage, and has 1.5 ability power items.
That is nice. That was on an ADC, to point out. They are squishy inherently. Up-tempo split pushing. They're actually doing a 1-3-1 split push right now. They're in this kind of a lead. This is a fantastic position for Los Angeles.
And it's a beautiful strategy to use here, because with champions like Malphite, like Veigar, you really just want to go for that big team fight. Oh man, a nice Caitlyn almost takes down up-tempo. Still has about 600-700 HP though afterwards. And he's going to be labeled lifesteal, all of that back up off these minions, or at least half of it. And once again, you can't really do anything about this. You got 3 champions, bottom lane, to defend a turret that is indefensible. Top lane, second tier turret already gone, and mid lane, well, I guess that's the last bastion of hope outside the base here for CSU Long Beach.
Yeah, looks like Los Angeles, they're trying to siege on all fronts, doing a very good job. And yeah, Long Beach, they're so far behind. They cannot venture out. They don't even have that many. They have like maybe 3 wards. They have 4 wards out in their jungle right now. While Los Angeles, they have their entire enemy jungle littered with wards. even a pink ward out there too. So they know exactly where Long Beach will be if they decide to roam, like DDM right here. They know exactly where it's at, but not in a position to really do anything. Everyone's going to go back. They're actually prepping for Dragon right now. Going to go back, buy some items, get ready for a Dragon fight that they'll more than likely win at this point, this stage in the game. Buttercup, he's going to do some damage. And that's also, it takes out Event Horizon. That's a long cooldown, but I think it'll be up by the time Teamfight comes in.
Yeah, it'll definitely be back up, and really good repositioning here by CSU Long Beach. They were, even with the ward discrepancy, they were able to see, hey, we need to get to Dragon, know that timer, of course, now that it's global, trying to get in range, in position for the fight. Dragon actually already started up here by Los Angeles. Darian not afraid to bring sight into the pit. Everybody knows it's being done, but is there anything to be done about it? Queen of Club wants to get it, gets the headbutt. Where's the pulverize? Big ultimate in there, the unstoppable force, locking up the backline, but look at up tempo. Absolutely nothing being done. A huge idol of Duran and up tempo. He's bringing up the tempo right now. Was that a double? Yeah, double kill there for Vayne to finish the fight in CSU Los Angeles. Go 1 for 5 and a Dragon, all done, but the fat lady singing, all that's over but the crying. I don't know whatever the saying was. We're about to see Baron being started here in up tempo, as strong as he's ever been.
Yeah, he's strong. Believe me, if Tom Kinch were on this map, he would be singing right now. It's the closest thing to a fat lady I can think of. But man, up tempo and Panda in the boxes, idle Duran. Fantastic. Like, I was dogging on him earlier, but he's really showing up. He actually had flashed in properly for that idol of Duran. Did a great job because it almost looked like Long Beach was getting where they wanted to. But
I want to throw out a quick, not necessarily a stat, but if you look at the itemization here on CSU Los Angeles, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Spectre's Cowls in a row. One of them already turned into a Banshee's Veil. You also have Locket of the Iron Solari. And oh, by the way, let me just give a quick rundown recap if you guys missed it when I said it the first time. Oh, nice steal on the blue buff for Foxbane. He's trying his heart out, but he deals ability power damage. You got AP, and only Caitlyn, steroidless 80 carry, not necessarily a good way to deal with a team that's stacking all magic resistance. So, going to be very, very difficult to deal damage here as this game progresses, especially now that these Baron buffed minions are going to be taking even less magic damage.
Yeah, and whenever you shut down a lane, I mean, 10 of Clubs, he came out of that lane 0-5, maybe 0-5-3. I'm not even sure. He's now 1-6-3. That means Los Angeles has nothing to worry about. They don't even need any armor because 10 of Clubs clearly has not been able to get into a position to really take advantage of that. And one time that he did, he got zoned off by Darian, who just destroyed him. And so, I mean, very tough position for Long Beach. It's at this point in the game, they need to start thinking about game number 2. It's a best of 3. They have a chance to come back, adapt, fix their mistakes, and it's best at this point just stall the game out as long as possible. Hope you can find an opportunity, but all that time, hold on, we have flash engage.
Yeah, nice by Olaf in the top lane, still split pushing, look at up tempo. He's got the bulwark. He's taking absolutely no damage. Huge idol of Durand again, but it's not going well here for CSU Los Angeles. Up-tempo does take a lot of damage there from Caitlyn, but even 10 of Clubs can't kite back far enough. A nice Event Horizon there to stun things out and maybe stop the fight, but the fight's not stopped in time as now CSU Los Angeles crush it 4 for 1, and only Foxbane left alive.
And this is how you have to think about what you do next game. I don't think Panda in the box, if they ban out Galio, I would be extremely surprised. Galio is a huge pick right now. I mean, as far as this game is concerned, but he's the biggest.
Oh wow! Okay, well,
that was a death
in true Vagar fashion, he walks up and somebody dies. Unfortunately, with an ultimate down, not available, he will not be killing anyone else here. Trying to get some damage on up tempo, takes off half his HP. Up tempo chain CC'd into oblivion. Okay. With positioning like that, yeah, you're probably not lasting too long. Alt and goes to wait for Daria, and he definitely wants to stay alive this time around. Red buff up if he wants it there, too.
Maybe go for the drugs first, get some life steal, then swing around, maybe kill Liger 0.
Yeah, crucially enough, even though the Reckless Swing costs 103 health, if you activate your Vicious Strikes, you actually heal for 110 health. So, oh wow, nice flash from Wake Up. Buttercup definitely awake there, able to flash away from the Malphite ultimate, repel the Caitlyn headshot, and narrowly survive with his life. Really good mechanical play there.
He used 2 ultimates to do that. Now, they did get a flash out of Wake Up Buttercup, but I don't think he really absolutely needs a flash. I don't think he's going to be looking for any flash cocoons underneath the Nexus turrets. So, I mean, it's still kind of... It's still pretty telling on how much you have to use just to shove somebody out of your jungle. They didn't even get a kill. Just shove somebody out of your jungle. So they got a little bit more time in this game. They stalled out a little bit more, especially with the overzealous play from Los Angeles inside the base, underneath the Nexus turret, so those lasers of death. It gives them time, gives Long Beach time to think about the next game. That's what I was referring to earlier. You need to be able to adapt to this, because Galio, yeah, he's a good pick, but still, you could use somebody else there. And or no, not Galio. Galio's a great pick. I was saying he's not worth a ban. In my opinion, he's been great.
Yeah, and especially with the way that red blue side work with first pick, second pick idea, you definitely don't want to be giving away too many bans on things like Galio.
Yeah, and that's exactly. There's so many bans. You have Mordekaiser, you have Darius, which were all up, and you also have Karthus, which was banned out as well. Lulu, if they wanted to go with that to try to protect up tempo even more, there's so much that you could get.
Up tempo size, he loves tanking turrets. Queen of Clubs needs to ult to just stay alive, but there's a true damage from Silverbolts. That does heal himself up there. He's staying alive as long as possible. Man, he definitely deserves the godlike Foxmane, trying to take down anyone. A huge 4-man unstoppable force, but an even bigger idol of Duran, taking down everyone. No survivors.
Oh, man.
Not just something that Fezzik would say from Princess Bride, but also the truth, the reality of CSU Long Beach as they get aced perfectly 5-0. CSU Los Angeles closes out game number 1, or a best of 3 series here in the CSL's 2015 season.
Yeah, and Long Beach, okay, so we're going to get in game number 2. We're going to see what Long Beach decides to pick and ban. I believe Up-Tempo's Vayne is worth it. Maybe something. I mean, obviously, maybe Wake Up Buttercup's Elise, and Elise is a good ban all around. We'll see what they pick up here. We're going to go ahead and get into game number 2 pretty soon. Throw it over to Reed for some advertisements possibly, or some just send us over to a commercial break. One of those.
All right. Yeah, we are actually going to head to a quick commercial break, so enjoy your brief commercials and get ready to enjoy some more League of Legends. We've got game 2 between Cal State Los Angeles and CSU Long Beach coming up next. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We got some low, slow music for this evening. I feel like it's going to be one of those romantic nights filled with what could be more romantic than some collegiate League of Legends, right, Fekez?
Isn't it always like that when you and I are here?
Dude, man, 20 minutes into League and chill, and I'm just like, all right, time for game two between CSU Los Angeles and CSU Long Beach. Game one, definitely a heart-stopping match, to be sure. Up-tempo, putting his 250 points in Challenger to use on an incredible Vayne performance. So really, really outstanding play there. We're about to get into game number two. Of course, this will be between CSU Long Beach and CSU LA, swapping sides for this match.
Yeah, Karthus banned out, so we're not gonna see Panda in the box on the Karthus in the second game. Of course, if Long Beach can win this game, we may see it in the third game. We don't know. LA is up one game to end this best of three series. Olaf, there's a ban. I feel like it's worth. Darian, though, I feel like he could probably have something else besides Olaf. I mean, it's a strong pick overall in top lane, but there's so many strong picks in the top lane right now. It's so hard to ban because now Darius is. I mean, you still have a few more bans, but there's Darius, there's Fiora, there's plenty of other options in the top lane right now.
That's right. A lot of options for top lane. I actually really love the current meta. I remember back in the day, it was very limited champion pools for a lot of different lanes. Like, you played assassins mid, you played tanks top, you played hyper carries bottom, all that kind of stuff. But now you can play just about anything, anywhere, and it's a good time to be someone with a large champion pool, or someone who just gets bored playing the same champion over and over again. Mordekaiser's ban, no surprises there, and the Karthus ban there too. But will we see, Vayne ban against guys like Up-Tempo? I mean, I'm sure he plays more than just Vayne. I think if you played just Vayne, we'd see that ban game one. Kind of like the Karthus ban versus the young Panda in a box. Definitely not going to let him play that this series.
So they do take away Darius. They leave up so much more. There was a ban missed from Los Angeles, it looks like. So, okay.
And this is actually really interesting. I've seen a few red side teams do this, either because they want to say, well, you guys get to pick first, so instead of banning tons of champions we'd like to pick, we're going to let you pick only one OP champion, and then we're going to pick up two. And so maybe that's what's going on this time around. We'll see if Liger zeros what he decides to lock in. Elise was one of the first champions picked in that last game. It does look like we're going to go ahead and jump out of the lobby. Missed bans, somewhat unfortunately, coming out there.
Yeah, so, I mean, from what we saw, so we have to stick with the bans that were shown. Tahm Kench, Darius, Mordekaiser, Karthus, and Olaf. They will be the ones sticking to the ban, or sticking with the bans. Or at least they definitely should. And I'm gonna try to see what is up here, see if we can get some information. But it looks like they're remaking the lobby pretty quickly, so it shouldn't be too much longer. But with those bans, yeah, okay. So it was because of their ban. They meant to make that ban, and I guess I had some technical difficulties. So
yeah, apparently, yeah, you don't go AFK to use the restroom in the middle of champion select.
Technical difficulties.
Biological difficulties.
Yeah.
And that means that we're about to get it back into champion select. We did miss that one ban, but looks like we're going to swap around a few players just to make sure that everybody's in their correct position.
Yeah, because that is one thing. Not everyone owns all the champions. We do ask that they be in LCS order, but we do make exceptions for whenever there's a champion or a summoner who doesn't have all the champions, and it kind of interferes with the trading and things like that. So we do make some exceptions with that.
I actually just bought my my final champion right before Kindred came out. Then Kindred came out. Yeah. No, I still not on the Kindred hype train. Of course, we won't be seeing her for a couple of weeks anyway. I don't know. What are your thoughts on Kindred, Fekez?
I haven't seen him played. I know that the ultimate is. I've seen a few videos, but I haven't actually got in-game experience yet. I've been seeing people use Kindred more of an ADC rather than jungle, which I thought would be the position because I think that's what Kindred was hyped for. Now I know that ultimate is kind of trolly, similar to how trolly Tahm Kench can be because it it's like a Tryndamere ultimate that's AoE for everybody, not just your allies, but for also everybody. And I believe it also heals your opponents if they're in the circle as well. Am I correct on that one? Have you seen
Yeah,
that?
that's true. It heals everything in the circle. It's a little bit like if you ever watched Cubics,
Right.
but instead of robots for everyone, it's Tryndamere ults for everyone. And then it gives you that heal at the end. So we're about to hop back into Champion Select. So second time's a charm here. We'll go ahead and see what those final bans were before we head into the actual pick phase and see what both teams wanted to go with.
Yeah, it was Tom Kinch was the last ban, but there was one more ban by Long Beach that could, or not Long Beach, Los Angeles that could have been taken. So Mordekaiser, these are all the standard bans so far. We're gonna see what that sixth ban was, and it will be interesting. Gangplank, I think they banned out Darius last time, so there should be a Darius ban here. If not, I'm gonna question that. But Gangplank, he's still ban worthy, easily ban worthy. Gangplank is almost permaban in Worlds right now as well. He has so much wave clear, so much 1v1 potential, and he has map presence. There is so much you can do with a Gangplank. Darius is the last ban, so they're going to stay true to that one. Lulu locked in instantly by Liger Zeros. They really won that Lulu, apparently. And, I mean, you're kind of given away already. Lulu, it is a flex pick, but you're going to be looking to be a huge utility, throw on a shield onto somebody, and try to keep these fights alive as long as possible.
Oh yeah, definitely. And one of the big things to talk about, at least for champions like this time around, is the top lane. Olaf being banned here. No questions asked about that. Darian was up 40, 50, 60 CS over DDM last game. Got to avoid that. So really want to see some more focus being put up in that top lane. Because that's arguably, is easy to look at up tempo and say, wow, that guy's so good. But you had to look at the top lane. It's a much more 1v1 sort of lane. If it goes out of control, it can definitely turn the game around. So want to see some focus up there.
Oh my gosh, up tempo on Kalista. Really excited. Vayne was open. Kalista was banned last game. I'm really excited to see him because we saw how mechanically inclined up tempo was in the last game on Vayne. Kalista, it's going to be a huge. It's going to be very entertaining. I want to say huge. It's going to be very entertaining team fights from up tempo in these games, and it's going to be really interesting to see who he picks for support. You have a lot of options with Kalista to be able to throw them in. Morgana is a good one, but it looks like it is going to be hovered over by Long Beach. I wouldn't be surprised to see them pick this one, considering how much CC was going on to 10 of Clubs last game. Morgana would have been perfect last game, maybe help them through that laning phase.
What would have helped them last game is to not all deal magic damage, including Caitlyn, whose magic damage from traps probably did more than the physical damage from her auto attacks that last game. So definitely Morgana, a good pick to go with here. And taking that Vayne, this time around we're going to get to see what that sweet bottom lane is going to dish out. That was close as I could get to suit for their card names. But now we're swapping sides back over to CSU Los Angeles for another couple of picks. And, well, here we go. Darian still needs to grab his top lane pick. A lot of times you'll leave the mid lane pick for last, but a Vel'Koz locked in before he even knows what he's playing against. I wouldn't consider Vel'Koz to be that kind of champion that you can just pick into anything. Definitely more of a situational or counter pick based champion. So we'll see how proficient Panda is. Played Veigar, loves to play Karthus, and of course now the Vel'Koz coming out. What a champion pool.
Got two oddball picks, yeah. Champion pool indeed. Vel'Koz, very interesting. And you do see Vel'Koz go support, but sometimes I don't think that's going to happen this time around. I don't think Vel'Koz synergizes at all with Kalista ult. We'll see what that support, and that's interesting. They're picking the support last. And this is how much focus they're putting on the bot lane. Because it looks like if they hover over 3 supports over on the side of Long Beach and lock in the Braum, that's more than likely a Lulu top. But yeah, I don't think they would put Lulu top and Morgana mid. I don't think Foxmane wants another.
Well, we just have to wait until we see where all the flex picks go. Lulu could be support pick, Morgana could be support. Very versatile champions. To be sure. So last couple of picks will have to include the Telltale support, mid, and top laners. You got to get all 3 of those in these last 2 picks. including, of course, that Lulu. You also will need a jungler. Is it going to be that Elise that we saw so effectively used in game number 1, or are they switching it up to an Evelynn? And that's what's getting locked in here.
That's an interesting pick. The Evelynn, I mean, they don't really. I mean, they do have Renekton for a tank, and they have Lulu to help reset fights. I'm gonna assume that's a Lulu mid, as I feel like Morgana, you can kind of do what you need to as a support, no problem. And with the way that Queen of was it Ten of Clubs being focused last game, I think you want that extra support of that Black Shield on the bot lane. Lulu, when she gets AP going behind her, it can be so powerful with the speed ups because everything scales off of AP. The speed ups, the shield, and the knockup, the wild growth is what I was trying to say. I feel like Lulu mid would be a little bit better. It'd also be safer here than playing a Morgana mid, who's very immobile, has really no escapes. If you land you have to rely on landing a Dark Binding to try to get out of that mid lane gank.
All right, so we finally got the final lineups here with 1 second left. It is a Thresh locked in there. The Vibes picking that one up, and I guess the Thresh isn't necessarily the #1 pick I see combined. Usually it's something along the lines like a Braum along with Kalista, or maybe even that Morgana that was taken away. And of course, now that we are actually swapping around the champions, we finally get to see where all these flex picks are going, although it does look to be like a support Morgana with a mid lane Lulu.
Yeah, and I think that's the best decision. They may be running 2 teleports, still don't know yet. DDM on the top lane with that Renekton. Now, it's going to be interesting to see. He's going against a Darian on Irelia. So Darian's played 2 very aggressive top lane champions, and he did very well on Olaf. Irelia, more snowbally. It's kind of fallen out of the meta. I mean, you were talking about earlier, the top lane is a lot more champion diverse now, but Irelia and Jax, you still don't see too often. In fact, I think I saw Irelia more in the mid lane, and the Worlds, surprisingly, didn't really pan out for them either. But yeah, really, the snowball type champions in the top lane, I like it. I like where this meta is going. I'm with you on that. I like the diversification in the mid lane or in the top lane. And want to point out, Panda in the box just switched his summoner spell over to exhaust. So if he does get ganked by Ligar Zeros in the mid lane, he has a little bit of leeway in there. Instead of going with the ignite more offensive, he's going to go with a little bit more defensive and try to fend off those ganks.
All right, well, that means that we are into our spectator delay. That means we're going to be hopping into a quick spectator break while we load into the game, so don't go anywhere. Before we do that, though, we are going to go ahead and give a quick shout-out to our sponsors as well, Brain Gear, Twitch, and Alpha Drafts. You can see them all on your screen right now. Definitely make sure to support them and thank them for supporting us. Without them, the CSL regular season would not be possible, so definitely make sure to show them some love and stick around because we'll be right back with game number 2, CSU Los Angeles versus CSU Long Beach coming up. Don't go anywhere.
every single day to remind us it was over, and it went
On and on and on into game number 2. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Collegiate Star League's 2015 season. My name is Rapid. With me is Phages down there on the bottom half of the screen.
Yeah. Not fixed, is it?
Actually, Fekez. So minor shout out there. But we're swapping sides of CSU Long Beach now in the blue versus CSU Los Angeles already with one game under their belts here coming into game number 2. Drops the boards as they go for a deep invade, but fan in the box there to scout them out. He knows what's up. We're already starting to see maybe an expedition to catch them out there. This is a somewhat interesting position to be in. You can already see 3 members of CSU LA walking around through their jungle. Little do they know what they are in store for. Darian sitting right on top of board. He's got some tenacity. The Dark Binding, though, it's going to hit. There's the damage. The damage coming down. Darian flashing back out again. Is there enough damage? Something tells me no. I think I said damage like 10 times there. Darian blows the flash, but does take a couple of flashes with him. Both DDM and Liger Zeros use their flashes as well.
Yeah, that's kind of what you want to do. I mean, I understand the invade coming out. You get the Dark Binding. And that's pretty much it's one of the biggest things about taking a level 1 Morgana is you can start that Dark Binding. It's still a decent level of stun, or actually it's not a stun, it's a root at 2 seconds. So it gives you plenty of time. They got the flash out of Darian, as I was told in chat. It's Darian. They got the flash out of him. I don't think they needed to go so aggressive. They were a little hungry there, and they actually ended up giving more of an advantage over to LA now.
While we're on the subject of pronunciation, I'm pretty sure it's Callista. And the only reason that I'm sure about that is from watching Hercules, The Legendary Journeys when I was a kid. And I'm pretty sure the protagonist, or I guess she was a villain in there, was named Callista. So I'm just going to go with that one. Bottom lane, though, we got some early 2v2 trades. Trying to get that Banshee passive procced on 10 of clubs. He's backing away there. You like that anecdote, Fekez?
Oh, no, I actually used to watch that a lot when I was a kid, too.
That was my jam, man.
Yeah, I was kind of sad that it almost never ended. Like, I always wanted him to fight the gods and just get it over with, but it never happened anyway. I'm still going to call it Callista.
Downside, bottom lane, damage onto Vibes. But he's taking damage. There's the Ignite. The Flash forced out and a Summoner heal. Queen of Clubs in a little bit of a rough spot, man. Just look at that Banshee damage. So pronounced when you do get those double autos there. Check out how much damage that is. Yeah, 10% max HP. Just you get that for free if you both hit him.
Yeah. Oh, and I also just want to go and add in here. I had a crush on Lucy Lawless as a kid. That kind of shows you what kind of guy I am nowadays. Because it's still there. She's still freaking hot. Oh, she's watching this. Is she watching this?
I'm pretty sure she is. You got anything you want to say, Fekez? I guess she knows now.
Yeah. It's all out in the open. Follow me on Twitter. At Fekez. Oh, at CSL Fekez now, actually. Liger Zero in the back lines.
CSL Phages. Yeah, a ton of damage. There's the Binding gonna land. Vibes taking a lot to Rend. First blood. And he's not stopping yet. Up tempo double kill. He might even be looking for more. He's got that red buff. Got the blue buff. He's putting down the damage. Does he want to go for more? Still takes that Binding, but in the end, Queen of Clubs, the sole survivor of everybody that came down to the bottom lane for CSU Long Beach. What a massacre, and what a way to start the game there, Callista. Already starting to get nice and fed, and a little bit of deja vu for up tempo, who started last game with 2 kills as well.
Yeah, that was very ill-advised by Liger Zero, so he wasn't even full health. You're going against a Thresh and a Callista. I'm going to still call it Callista. You're going against a Thresh and a Callista. Callista has so much damage early on if you don't just CC her. And there was nothing to really CC her there. There was a Dark Binding, but I don't think it really did much damage if it did land. I don't even remember if it landed anymore because I was too focused on Liger Zero's health bar is deteriorating.
Wow, Darian playing this top lane matchup incredibly well. Actually can be very difficult for Aurelia because she wants to build attack speed from things like Trinity Force, but even just early on, Renekton just straight up out damages her if you're just going for the skill for skill. So you have to figure out a way to do extended trades to get yourself in melee range. A lot of like cute techniques for that, and Darian's mastering it up there. There's the reason. You can see there towards the end, Darian Might need some extra additional help here. A little bit redundant there. Liger Zeros, though, looking for a gank in the mid lane, but deciding against it. Top lane, though, no decisions against that as Wake Up Buttercup comes up to the top lane, and unfortunately he was scouted out there by a sole solitary minion DDM. We'll have to head back to base.
Nice finding onto you up tempo with vibes going in though. Is he gonna land it? He's not. So,
yeah, he's trying to do that trick where you look at one guy and then throw the hook at the other one. It's,
classic.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of mind games, but didn't have him that time.
I actually really do. It's very classic. Liger Zeros in the mid lane though. Yeah, he needs to be cautious. He's already down. Hold on, Liger.
Oh man, Binding misses, but look at that damage up tempo, taking the lantern out of there. Teleport in there. Oh, my god.
gosh.
Just the tip of that. Glitter Lance catching up tempo. He's still alive. He's got potions running. 1 mana, 2 health, and needs to take a little bit of a breather to get those to kick in.
Now teleport is down for Long Beach, and that's for Lulu. So it's not a massive teleport advantage. I mean, it is good to have at level 6 to come in and try to save one of your allies, but now it's down, and actually DDM's teleport's down too. Panda in the box can shove very hard with his Vel'Koz. It is one thing that has a huge advantage for having a Vel'Koz in the mid lane.
Oh man, lands that tectonic disruption, the light form disintegration ray. Taking down Lulu, what a play there. You gotta respect it. Bottom lane 10 of clubs, their end coming out. That's 3, a killing spree. Damage in the top lane as well. Turnaround stun from DDM keeps him safe, but another couple of kills going over to CSU Los Angeles.
And that's the advantage of roaming without getting any payoff. There was no level 6 for Fox main. Panda in the box hit level 6 because he was just in the mid lane farming and was able to destroy Fox main, no problem with his disintegration ray. Very nicely played by Panda in the box. A lot better start than he had on the Galio, and now easy dragon for California State University Los Angeles. This is going to be no problem for them.
Yeah, Liger Zero's
they get a hook.
Oh wow, nice one to land there. Unfortunately, oh man, if that binding had hit 5s, he might have been in trouble. But nice dodge there on the binding. Kind of interested to see Liger Zeros walk all the way top lane and get no benefit for that. Killed the Gromp. Oh no. But could have also snuck around to try to get that dragon too. Would have been risky, but either way. Dragon number 1 goes to CSU Los Angeles.
You got it.
7.5 minutes into the game, they are already miles ahead.
Man, and yeah, Miles is an understatement almost. I mean, look at this. Darian. Half health DDM, no problem. He doesn't even have that many items. He has a longsword and a Doran's blade for his offensive items. Yeah, that is huge.
A little bit of mispositioning there by Daria, and he actually walked out of range of getting a second blade surge off to follow up for that additional damage from Transcendent Blades. But even still, able to just continually burst down Renekton, who's coming back to lane. I like this decision from DDM to come back to lane with a pickaxe instead of choosing to itemize defensively, because he knows that he just needs that burst. He gets more sustain out of it, gets more damage, more everything. Always want to go aggressive as Renekton early on, and I think that's going to serve him very well against Darien, who comes back with a completed phage instead of trying to wait long enough to get that sheen by.
Yeah, and I agree with you on the Renekton pickup build as well. Darien on Irelia is so hard to build against early on because she has magic damage, true damage, and physical damage. The Equilibrium Strike, of course, gives the magic damage, which can do quite a bit of burst if you don't run any magic damage. So,
in fact, interesting anecdote. Back in the day when Irelia was first released, it was actually you built her AP. She was an AP burst assassin because of how strong Equilibrium Strike was. I think it used to be either a 1-to-1 or a 0.7 ratio on that. And so you'd get a Sheen, deal on-hit damage, then go Lichbane, and you just blow people up. Transcendent Blades also had quite a bit more of that. I think it was a 1-to-1 ratio on Transcendent Blades too, or maybe even more. But now coming in, gonna throw him out. Vibes locking down Queen of Clubs. No Black Shield there, the hook as well. That Black Shield a little bit late. Needs to go.
Nice. I'm sorry, Wake Up Buttercup just came in and had did an auto attack just to get an assist. That was really awesome by him.
It's like, let me just grab that extra gold here, and
yeah,
there
much.
we go.
I don't know. I was very giddy for that sort of action. Anyway,
now more damage up tempo. Forcing out, Death Sentence misses. Up tempo wants to go for it. Gets that auto. Actually canceled the auto. Still took a turret shot for it. What are you just doing? They're trying to juke around 10 of clubs, but yeah, just let him go. Let him live. All right, they're gonna wait to push this extra wave in. I think Wake Up Buttercup wants to go for this one. It's not gonna go well. 10 of clubs does not have level 6 here as well. Keep in mind, so we won't be able to stealth to escape this incoming gank, and actually backing out. All right, like the decision. No greed, no feed. Just walking back and taking the win.
Yeah, that's perhaps probably best. Liger Zero is going bot lane. I don't know how much of a difference he would have made. He doesn't really have much. He has a Sheen now, so he does actually have a little bit of burst. But yeah, best just to take your wins and go. Don't get too greedy. You have a perfect KDA right now. Just gonna roll with it, bro. It's no problem.
Speaking of perfect KDA, mid lane. Oh, nice! Whimsy actually canceled the Lightform Disintegration Ray. Beautifully timed there. Fox made impressive timing on that.
Very nicely. Now Liger Zero is on the back foot as well. Dragon's still not going to be up for a while, so there's no reason to really be fighting too much in the river. Liger Zero though, making his presence felt.
Okay, well that time more than just the Lifeform Disintegration Ray being canceled, the Lifeform being canceled there as well. Vel'Koz. It's Vel'Koz, Veigar, a lot of V names being played here.
No problem. Yeah, also DDM making his presence felt as well. He doesn't have teleport, and now he knows he can't win against cannot win against Darien. It's past that point. There's a Tiamat picked up for DDM, so he's gonna.
I'm pretty sure you say every single name differently than I do. I say Irelia, you say Irelia. I say Tiamat, you say Tiamat. I don't know.
You're from Texas, I'm from the north, man.
Oh, that is very true. I have correct pronunciation.
Oh,
you have
yes. That's what I say to that.
All right, well, back to the mid lane, which thankfully cannot be mispronounced. We're gonna have Vel'Koz returning. Components for Morellonomicon there for both mid laners, but just a little bit ahead there. Foxbane also having that blue buff, which should make a little bit of a difference as well.
Yeah, it's gonna help out. No, I mean, blue buffs always help out, no problem. And so Liger Zero, he's gonna be roaming into this top lane, but obviously Darien was gonna go back, but now he's gonna stick around. That might give Liger Zero. No, Liger Zero. He's out of dodge now. Now he's coming back. There it is.
All right, DDM versus Daria, and DDM's gonna have to commit to fight this. Goes ahead and throws down the ult. Knows he's got fire support coming in. Liger Zero drops the damage. Darien very, very tanky. The flash in, the last hit. DDM cashing in for that his first kill of the game. Second one there by CSU Long Beach.
Yeah, it's a very nice gank by Liger Zeros too to come up through, take advantage of the stealth, and that's what you need to do. He's been trying to do that, to take advantage of the stealth of the Evelynn this entire game, but it's kind of backfired so far until the top lane.
Oh, exhaust, ult, everything, pulling down flash to break those soul shackles, and look at the dark binding completely negated there. Fate's call, thrown back for the knockup. There's the box down. Vive's pretty dead. No, the flash away, and there's the explosive cast. Knocks Queen Clubs right into the death sentence. I couldn't even remember the name. So incredible, and now even more damage coming back out. There's the teleport from Darien, jumping on Tentaclubs. Blade Surge for the kill. Does not get the reset from that. Does get the reset. A double there again for up tempo, and I'm just color me impressed. Cal State, Los Angeles cashing in over and over again.
6-0-1. A huge swing for up to. Well, it's not been a swing. Hold on.
Oh no! Lifeform Disintegration Ray. He's turning it back around. Does he have the damage? No. I think he was actually tanking turret there too.
Man, I want to get back to this bot lane real quick. That was a beautiful play. I don't know if I've ever seen more coordinated play. I don't know. I don't think I have. I don't think I've seen more coordinated play. Throw an explosive cast
into the hook.
Into the hook.
I don't know. I was just kind of done at that point. I was just like, okay, all right, you guys win. But wow, what an impressive coordination down there. And more impressive than that, almost, is that it almost seems like up-tempo is the only one allowed to get kills this game. He's got 6-0. Blade completed, even a recurve bow on top of those boots. I don't know, man. This is just impressive play, both Game 1, Game 2, incredibly consistent CSU Los Angeles. Definitely impressing. We'll be looking forward to seeing these guys play again, later on in the season. And for Long Beach, you can definitely see that they've got some shades of success from the top and mid lane, or top and jungle synergy. That's working out pretty well. But a consistent weakness is 10 of clubs and Queen of clubs. That's down in the bottom lane, just completely outmatched here by a 6-0 up tempo now, and man, Vibes landed those monster hooks.
And yeah, and that's not taking away anything from any of the other laners of, well, at least the mid lane of Long Beach. Foxman did great in the laning phase last game. He's been not using his teleports too well this game, though, and it actually cost him a turret. Panda in the box, I don't even think he cares about killing a Lulu, because it's really hard to kill a Lulu. He just wants to shove and shove and shove. He's letting Foxman roam and just relying on his teammates to just do
oh man, a lot of damage down there. Miss on that Pierce, but the Ren's gonna be enough. Godlike up tempo. I don't even know, man.
On the bot lane.
Yeah, we got action going on both sides of the map. Darian trying to get some extra healing down. He actually wants to get these Blade Surge resets to be able to just dash around, but only so much you can do to get out of that one. Nice explosive cast. Is it enough? Just barely might be. Darian survives. Wake up, Buttercup. He's the ambulance coming to save Darian's life.
Oh my gosh, they cannot get a kill on this bot lane. They're trying so hard. He's
life form disintegration rate from around the wall. Panda, he's bottom lane. He's landing the damage. Clashes in for a double kill. Where did Vel'Koz even come from? Just walk down there.
I was just talking about he doesn't even care about roaming, but now there's no turret to take, so he might as well roam. Fantastic play. Oh my gosh. So very nice roam by Panda in the box. Right moment, right time. Picked himself up a double kill, and now they may even get inner bot lane turret out of this one. Darian, I should say, has Sheen. He can hit turrets pretty hard, but they're actually just going to shove the wave and let this one go. And take a little bit of jungle camp in the meantime. Just go back and recollect themselves. There's 1,700 gold in the pocket of Panda in the box, so he can go back and get a huge item. Needs a large rod, maybe a little bit more. Maybe some wards to throw down. Actually, he already has an upgraded trinket at that, so really not much to obtain besides the new large rod. I also picked up an amplifying tome as well, so he's going to have a huge power spike coming back.
Yeah, bigger power spikes, though, when you talk about Trinity Force completed for Darian and the Callista-centric Runan's Hurricane there for up-tempo. That is, it's going to be very, very scary for both of those champions, and I guess everything's scary across the map. Curious what that Crystal Embracer's going into. I'm guessing a Banshee's Veil, maybe Warmog's Armor. Oh, that only works. Interesting how a few people know that. If you wonder why you don't see Warmog's Armor hardly ever built anymore, it's because it now only gives you the regeneration passive if you have over 3,000 HP. I just learned that a few weeks ago. I was just like, when did that get added? I never read about it, but kind of interesting there. So now a lot of damage down onto up-tempo, trying to take him out, but he's going to get the knockup by pulling a face call back over the wall. There's the life from disintegration rate, trying to get that damage out. Up-tempo, kiting forward, backwards, every different way. Queen of Clubs getting explosive cast back into the team. Where's the Ren? Needs to see it out there. Actually, not enough damage. And a shutdown on up-tempo. Hanging that turret for a little bit too long.
Yeah, finally goes down, but I think damage... Oh boy, he's on the back line.
Yeah,
it's
transcendent
done.
blades, transcendent plays being made there by up-tempo tanking the turret, so he died. But Darian there to pick up the slack is another alt carry. 18.5 minutes in the game, too early to even surrender. And it's a 15-4 advantage and over 10,000 gold lead for CSL Los Angeles.
Yeah,
CSU.
It is early going in the brackets right now, but every game does count in the end. And in Los Angeles, they're playing out the gate really, really well. They're not doing any kind of troll picks. If anything, Galio could have been a troll pick, but that was honestly strategic counter, and that's what they were going for. And man, like if they play like this all year, it's going to be a really, really fun year over in California because they have a lot of really big teams, and I'm glad Los Angeles has a lot to add to that because I don't remember them being a massive team last year. This year, if they play like this, it's going to be great watching them throughout the season. It's going to be really interesting. 10 of clubs, he's barely going to make it. Up tempo, trying to get as much blood as he can. And 1 and 2 now.
Keeping an eye on that. Yeah, he died a little bit over aggressively. Now has a Quicksilver Sash, so no way to lock him down even anymore.
Man, like that.
Could have even QSS there, but he can out lifesteal that support Morgana damage. Doesn't even need that lantern. Got that shield there even still, so. Well, Ren for the reset, but he's 1v2 and doesn't even care. Vibes, though, walks into a little bit more action, but up-tempo trying for the Ren there. Wants to get more damage than QSS to try to stay alive, but he misses the Pierce. So he'll go down again. Darian wants these resets there, but just needs auto attack. The explosive cast! Alley-oop right into Darian again. DDM coming in to try to turn things back around there. We might see a life form disintegration ray, but he actually just used it up there ahead of time, so missed that one. But wow, this explosive cast is just like, I don't know. I've never seen stuff like this. Wake up, Buttercup, making me wake up watching his play.
Yeah, man, that was a huge play. That was a nice teleport from Darien coming into the back lines after everyone was pretty much exhausted. And nice explosive cast. Wake Up Buttercup has been pretty on point with these explosive casts this entire game. Not only just throwing people into hooks, but also throwing people into the face of Darien. Very nice play. They're able to get that bot lane turret, and now they have complete control of the bot side jungle of Long Beach. And I feel like they had it before, but now it's just solidified, having no turret to really guard in the bot lane. Now, Dragon is up. Baron is also up now. It's 20 minutes. Why not go for it?
Nice binding there onto Darien, but he does have that Ionian Fervor passive. So less, more tenacity, less CC. Death Sentence lands on the Queen of Clubs. Is he dead over the wall? The Ren to pop him! Comes down, and so he goes down. A godlike Darien there to find even more kills.
This is a bloodbath, and it's all favoring Los Angeles right now. Long Beach have picked up 6 kills, but they are still down 14k gold. They're down 5 turrets. They have no turrets and no objectives whatsoever. Los Angeles has taken this by the reins and just ran with it easy, no problem.
Why would you take something by the reins and then run with it?
And I was really hoping, it's like, oh, maybe he won't catch something. But I was like, oh, he's rapid. He catches everything.
I was going to say, what's that? Somebody listening to what you're saying? I don't know. I probably need to do a little bit of that, more of that to myself, to be fair. I'm just picturing like Fekez walking up to a horse, grabbing the reins and being like, nah, dog,
well, let's put it this way. LA is so strong they can do that. It doesn't matter. They're picking a crocodile up by whatever he has, his teeth, and just throwing him around. He can do it to a horse too. Analogy right. No problem. Thanks for pointing it out.
It would be better if we had like a horse mascot to go along with that.
Or a Hecarim in the game.
Yeah, true. Or I guess Alistar's a cow, not a horse.
Yeah, you don't really put reins on a cow. You do on a bull, though.
Do you?
Well, what do you put on a bull? Oh, no, you put that... never mind. Never mind. That goes in an inappropriate place. I don't want to talk about him.
Shoot. Okay. Well, back to League of Legends here. Now that we're done with our farm animals discussion, nice rotations around the map. Take down both second-tier turrets there by CSU Los Angeles, and now threatening Baron, just wanting to put some havoc down onto the map. They are around here stealing blue buff as well. That will go over to... Oh no, they reset it! You gotta be patient with the blue buff. And now actually we'll be able to take that one down. Panda grabs it away for himself, pushing down the top lane, looking to go for the first base turret of the game. Did bottom take any damage? No, it did not. So now, the flash, we've got the nice Agony's Embrace there, but the life form disintegration ring takes another life. Liger Zeros goes down, and now with the minion wave pushing back in, this is going to be the first turret of the game, first base turret of the game, going down 23 minutes. CSU Los Angeles will grab the first inhibitor as well.
And we saw the effectiveness of that Quicksilver Sash by Utempo. He was actually binded underneath the turret and locked with the Death Ray, but he just Quicksilver Sash out of it. Easy peasy, he's all right. Everyone stays alive on Los Angeles, and now they pick up an inhibitor. May go for Baron, too, because there's really nothing that can stop them at this point. Looks like they're just going to get the wolves' attention.
They can't even kill the wolves because they had their patience reset.
What chance do they have against Baron if they can't kill the wolves? Here we go.
Oh no, Ten of Clubs ulting himself to stealth. Vibes taking the long way around. He is in the front lines, taking a lot of damage, but they're dealing damage to the support. They're not dealing damage to the carries. Up tempo goes right underneath the turret, takes a lot of damage, flashes away, is exhausted, but he's still kiting back around. Liger Zeros explodes for a double kill on Gragas. Buys all support items, gets a double kill. Sounds worth it to me.
Very much so. They're also going to get this inner mid lane turret. They can really push anything they want. I could say they go for Baron. They have the wave. It's a cannon wave, too. They can just go for the middle lane inhibitor. It looks like DDM's making his way back, but if he even tries to go in there, he's going to get blown up. So yeah, it's going to be mid lane inhibitor. Turret going down. Mid lane inhibitor as well. 10 of the clubs is up. He's not going to make a much big of a difference either if he rushes up there with a single target ADC. Like maneuvers, you know what I mean? And there's the mid lane inhibitor going down.
Wow. Yeah, 24.5 minutes in, 2 inhibitors down, and now backing off for Baron. Set in their sights. Not a whole lot to stop them. If you want to just take a look at this ward coverage, let's go on a counting game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way up there. Baron down to half HP. I love it when Vel'Koz effects hit Baron because he turns like totally pink. I think Armor of the 5th Age Taric would like that. But Baron goes down. 24.5 minutes, and wow, what a strong showing here for CSU Los Angeles.
And I'm really glad you pointed out the words, because I don't know if anyone listened to our last game, our last Friday game. I was complaining pretty much all game about the war coverage because there was a team that was pushing up their, that was getting an advantage and not solidifying it with wards. Los Angeles, they're not doing that. They are solidifying every advantage they have with not only 23 kills, but wards. They have control of the map. Ward it, and they are doing that. They're taking advantage of it. They got Baron, they got 2 inhibitors. It's their game to win. Next team fight will more than likely be game.
Man, look at how cool Vel'Koz looks for that Elixir of Brilliance.
Vel'Koz looks awesome.
Elixir of Brilliance was the blue pot previously. I'm not sure what the current one is named.
Elixir of
Sorcery.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the villain in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers with all the tentacles. It was like the arch villainous.
Man, I love my more power. Arch villainous. Oh goodness.
Yeah, man, I'm just losing nerd cred right and left here.
You know they're remaking that movie?
Are they?
Oh yeah. Quit it, Club.
Oh my gosh! Lifeform Disintegration Ray out of nowhere, and here comes Daryan diving deep. He's got up tempo there for support. 1 kill, 2 kills. We're getting more. A legendary Irelia, and even more legendary. Vibes just hitting the turret. He's like, "Come on, dudes, we gotta kill this." They're gonna take that one down. Third inhibitor's falling there as well. Fate's call. He's like, "Come on, go on to the fountain. Do it, man." Not actually going to make that one happen. Explosive cast knocks DDM back out there. Probably no more kills to be had here, but flash in. DDM's going out with a blaze and going down there as well. And finally out of there, Foxbane shields himself up and gets exploded. Wake up Buttercup there to take him down. Witty Clubs gets death sentence. Five's not wanting to go on to the fountain just yet. But with Nexus turrets falling at 27 minutes in, Nexus will fall here as well. Wow, finding kills on the fountain. The Nexus falls, and CSU Los Angeles will take a 2-0 victory over CSU Long Beach.
Very decisive victories, too. 2 games in a row. Really looking forward to California State University's Los Angeles' team. This team looks pretty stellar. Up-tempo, everybody. Up-tempo, Daryan, Wake Up Buttercup, the vibes with his amazing hooks. Pan in the box, a wild card for me because we haven't really seen him on a traditional mid lane, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing because I've seen those. I've seen those before. They can play out really well during the regular summer, the regular league, but then get to playoffs. When you start playing the higher caliber teams, it starts kind of biting you, and I want to see if Pan in the box can overcome that or revert to someone that's more traditional in the mid lane, like Victor or even LeBlanc or somebody like that.
All right, yeah, definitely have to keep an eye on things up to the playoffs. And of course, congratulations once again to CSU Los Angeles for their 2-0 victory here tonight. And of course, do want to give a big shout out to everyone for watching. I had a ton of viewers, really appreciate the support. Could not do this without you guys, and we couldn't do it without our support from our sponsors either. So definitely check them out. You can see them there on your screen. It's Alpha Draft, Twitch, and Brain Gear. Of course, I had somebody ask me a question about Brain Gear. That somebody was actually myself because I'm making that up for the purposes of advertising.
I have imaginary friends too, Reed.
Full disclosure there. But in case you're wondering what on earth is Brain Gear, I do want to give just a little bit of a brief overlay. It's a certified brain supplement with a formula that supports the brain on a cellular level, kind of like that disintegration ray that we just saw. That's that level. So if you want to maximize your brain health, Brain Gear is definitely the way to go. There's no sugar. You need a little bit of extra energy. 2-ounce shot will get that for you, and only 5 calories. I don't actually care about the calories. It actually is just pretty awesome. So make sure to check them out. And of course, Alpha Draft. If you're looking to play fantasy esports, you can join thousands of other players on Alpha Draft and bet. I don't even want to call it betting. Just go through these fantasy drafts, and if you know your players better than the people you're playing against, can win some awesome stuff there. So definitely head on over to Alpha Draft and check them out as well. And thanks for watching here on Twitch. Make sure to hit that follow button or subscribe to be notified whenever we go live with more collegiate Star League action. But that's all for us here tonight. My name is Rapid. With me is Fekez. If you want to know more about us, you can check out our links in chat or just come back for more Collegiate Star League action next week, right here on twitch.tv/C Star League. So thanks for watching. It's my pleasure to be a part of the CSL broadcast with you guys. I'm sure Fekhez feels the same way.
Of course. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been a blast.
And we'll see you next week.